Buddy, what's up? I hope you're doing well. This is Jack with Catatonic, and in lieu of remastering and re-releasing our second album, Real, on Spotify and iTunes, I wanted to capture a song called Green and what it's about. I often get asked, where did the inspiration come from, and what does it mean? So let's break it down. Green was written in 2016, shortly after my father committed suicide, and I was confused and also practicing and learning how to accept the situation and everything that was going on, including all the 10,000 feelings and thoughts that I was having. Although I was bursting at the seams with all these thoughts and emotions, I had writer's block. I was stuck and I was struggling with insomnia. So one night at 2 a.m., I sat down and tried to write what I was thinking and feeling, and it was just all sorts of mixed up, and some of it had meaning and some of it didn't. And so I was like, hey, I should do an activity to help me break out of this writer's block and try to do something that I've never done before. So I took inspiration from someone that I look up to, Gavin Rodsdale of the band Bush. The grunge era of the early 90s. I love it. It's also really confused me as an artist. Something that confuses me is how the lyrics are so poetic and they have such deep meaning, yet sometimes it sounds like they're just saying random words, random stuff, and I wanted to do something like that. Something where it had deep meaning and was close to the heart, yet kind of weird, kind of indifferent, maybe didn't sound like it always meant something. So I was sitting down with the lyric packet of 16th Stone by Bush and just, seeing how things connected or disconnected and was all scrambled up. So this is where we get the term scramble in the lyrics. I also was feeling super scrambled with the sense of time. Things felt like it just happened, and things also felt like it had happened 10 years ago. I was really disoriented. So that's where we get the lyric, scramble up my days as I scramble into you. Because my world was all flipped upside down, and yet I was entrenched in thoughts and feelings of my father. The big bear dog in the song Green comes from the back of the packet of 16th Stone. This weird banshee dog bear costume that somebody's wearing in the band. And I know him, right? The lyric is, because I know the towers of the big bear dog. Because I knew the secret of where the big bear dog came from. And also the darkness that the big bear dog cast the shadow in, right? My father's suicide really cast a shadow in my life, and so the big bear dog kind of illuminates that metaphor and is also legit just this costume guy from this album. Why green? There's Seeing Red by Chevelle with anger and frustration and chaos, and I was feeling angry and chaotic, and I didn't just want to be like everybody else, seeing red, seeing black. Red means stop, green means go. And again, with my struggles with the concepts of time, life kept going, time kept moving, but I felt stuck. So it's like I saw this big shadowed experience of darkness, yet all the lights were flashing green to continue forward. And that was really confusing. So that's where the I see green, yes, I see green. Also because inside of this, there's like this green, yellowed graffiti style painting with silhouettes of people. And the rest of the entire booklet is white and red, orangish red. This is the only green part of it. That really stood out to me. Just the chaotic randomness. But isn't it all so intentional? Isn't grunge music and their lyrics so intentional but so strange? right? Other lyrics that like really stand out. Of course, it all makes sense. Yeah, it really makes sense when there's nothing left and there's nothing more. Um, although my father's passing didn't make sense at all, I was coming to acceptance that he was gone and what it meant of to be suicidal and to take one's life. And to bend is to break. To bend is to break. And my dad was really, really against suicide. And somewhere in his darkness and his struggles, he bent and he broke. Drowning on your driftwood from the beam you hung yourself upon. Uh, Pretty self-explanatory there, now that you understand and know where it's going. I bit off more than I can chew, choking on the nothing true. Just that there was so much information that I was drowning in and trying to understand, and I was choking on information overload and on losing him. And it's hard, but green means go, right? Although we lose people and although life gets hard, green to me is a symbolism of hope. Keep going, keep trucking, and remember life is meant to honor the dead.